Colt Eastwood, he just got this wrong. That's right. He got it wrong. What did he get wrong, you ask? Well, he made a statement about how Xbox is screwing you because some of their games that would otherwise be exclusive are going to other platforms. And he says you're getting screwed as an Xbox player. In particular, you're getting screwed if you're someone who was on the fence and decided to buy an Xbox because now their games are on other consoles. This is just incorrect thinking. The reason that I want to go over it, I like Colt Eastwood. He gets a lot of stuff right, no doubt. He's one of the top content creators out there. Make sure you go follow him if you don't already. But he's wrong on this. And I can't blame him because this is the way it's always worked. It's just an old way of thinking. But I want to go over that today. I want to go over why it's wrong, why it's an old way of thinking, and why Game Pass throws all of this out the window. And this logic no longer exists in 2024. It's no longer correct in 2024. Before we jump into it, though, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to this channel. My name is X1 the Gamer. We cover videos just like this every single day on this channel. We also have a Discord. So if you want to continue the conversation, come join the community over there on our Discord. We're hanging out. We've got a college football 25 league going on over there. It's a good time. Anyways, come join us. All right, let's jump into this. So Colt Eastwood was over on Twitter. Again, I like Colt Eastwood, and we can all be wrong. I mean, I'm never really wrong, especially on this channel. But in real life, I'm wrong all the time. I'm just kidding, by the way, for everyone that's about to comment. I'm just kidding. I like Colt Eastwood, though. Make sure you go follow him. But he's just incorrect here. So he responded to this comment from the Black Viking, who said, if you own multiple gaming systems, I don't think you have the right to tell other Xbox players you should be okay with Xbox games going to other platforms. That's just me, though. So that's faulty logic, but that's a whole other video. That's faulty logic because nobody's saying that you should be okay with it. What people like me are saying is that this strategy is correct. That's what we're saying. So, I mean, I'm sure someone is saying that, but the argument is that the strategy is whether or not the strategy is correct. So the premise is faulty. Okay, so here is how Colt Eastwood responded. He said, if you own an Xbox, you're still getting Xbox games, but if you were on the fence on PlayStation or Xbox at launch, Xbox screwed you with half of their games going to PS5. So first of all, half their games are not going to PS5, so that's incorrect. But did Xbox screw you? In fairness, this is correct if it was 10 years ago. This is correct pre-Game Pass. Why do I say that? So pre-Game Pass, before Game Pass existed, what was the number one driving thing to get you to purchase a console? Why did you own a console? It was because of the exclusives on that console. Yes, there were unique benefits such as, the interface, the benefits of, for instance, like an Xbox Live. There was new technology. There was stuff unique to each console, hardware that's unique, controllers that are unique, et cetera, et cetera. But ultimately, it was exclusives, even timed exclusives. Timed exclusives were valuable in that they came out on, let's say, Xbox first, but the minute that timed exclusive leaves your console, there's no benefit to buying that console after that. Like you can get any console because now it's available everywhere. Well, that same logic no longer exists under Game Pass. So let's reread his comment here. If you were on the fence on PlayStation or Xbox at launch, Xbox screwed you with half their games going to PS5. The question, do you still get value from Game Pass? Is Game Pass still valuable to you as a subscriber, even if some of the exclusives are available on other platforms? And the answer is yes, which ergo makes Xbox valuable, makes PC Game Pass valuable. And that's the power of Game Pass. Game Pass gives you this flexibility. So in our example before where we talked about timed exclusives were valuable to consoles during that period of time that they were exclusive to that console. But now, in the case of like an Indiana Jones, coming to Game Pass first, on Xbox first, day one, I get it as a Game Pass subscriber. On my Xbox, I get to play it. 6 months later, it drops on PlayStation. The selling point still exists. The value still exists for Game Pass. Hey, everybody on PlayStation. Oh, you paid $70 for that? I paid $19.99, plus I get all the other day one date and releases or Xbox first party titles from it. So you see the flexibility and the power that Game Pass has. So this logic is just incorrect. Xbox owners continue to enjoy games on their console, and the broader availability of these Game Pass games does not diminish their experience. Also, it does not diminish the value of Game Pass, and that's the difference maker. That's why this is an old way of thinking. There's also this narrative that's popping up, and I think is inherent in the premise of this discussion, that all Xbox exclusives are going this way. And that's just not the case. That's just not the case at all. Phil Spencer has said it'll be a case-by-case situation. which so far I agree with, and I think it's smart strategically, each of the games that has been picked. Sea of Thieves, for instance, Indiana Jones, for instance, makes complete sense to me. It also underscores the value of Game Pass. And that's the big difference maker here. So let's read this one more time. So first thing, it's kind of a misleading premise. It's an old way of thinking here. If you were on the fence on PlayStation or Xbox at launch, Xbox screwed you with half their games going to PS5. Again, not half their games are going to PS5. Also, the value of Game Pass still remains. Exclusivity. This assumes that exclusivity is a necessity, which is an old way of thinking. And it's just not. You still get the value of Game Pass here. Not only that, you get services like backward compatibility. You get the most powerful console in the Xbox Series X on the planet. And then you get Game Pass as well. So there you go. That's my argument. Again, I think this represents an old way of thinking. I can't blame Colteastwood for thinking this way. I think that since the dawn of time, this is how consoles has worked. But this is why, for those of us that can see it, this is why Game Pass is so valuable. And I truly believe in looking at the moves that Sony is doing and things that are happening with games like Concord, for instance, I think Sony is scrambling to try to figure out what to do here, to try to figure out how to respond. And you might say to yourself in the comments, well, how can you say that? They're winning the console war by double. Yes, they've won the console war. Nobody is disputing that. But the moves being made today, the moves that won them the console war today in 2024 were made in 2020, were made in 2016. The moves that are being made today with Game Pass will determine who dominates gaming in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years, in the next 15 years. That's what's happening right now. We are at the dawn of the beginning of the Xbox domination generation. And Game Pass is a huge part of that. And you can see the power of Game Pass and a subscription service because it gives you flexibility with exclusives that has never existed in the console age. Never. And it exists here for the first time. We'd love to know what you guys think. Again, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to this channel. Let me know where I'm wrong in the comments. I'm not, but let me know. I've yet to see a good argument. And I review all the comments. No good argument. In fact, you guys go check them. Go check if there's any good argument against me in the comments. I bet you there's not. Anyways, like, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Have a good day. Bye-bye.